Governor DeWine joins us live to tell us why he defied the court and shut down the polls. Welcome, Governor.
Well, first of all, happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you. And let me talk a little bit about that. First of all, I have a great director of health, Dr. Amy Acton. Throughout this crisis, we've been relying on the best medical advice we can get. You're right, I'm a politician. I'm not a doctor. I didn't do too well in science, but that advice clearly indicated that to hold the primary yesterday would have been detrimental to people's health. We have 35,000 poll workers. Many of them are older citizens. We also had yesterday, we saw the CDC changed its guidelines to limit it to 50 people in a room. The president then came later, of course, at 10. We can't conduct a primary in Ohio with 50 people to a room. But, you know, another very compelling thing was that we were seeing senior citizens as well as pregnant women, other people who have had a compromised medical history, who were telling us, I was getting texts, and they were saying, you know, I'm conflicted. Should I go to vote, or should I listen to your advice and Dr. Amy Acton's advice when she says, do not go out, you know, don't leave the home unless it's absolutely necessary. So we made what we consider the prudent decision to save lives. This was a Democrat and Republican primary. What we're asking the courts to do is to allow us to have absentee voting for an extended period of time after this. The people who had already voted, we have early voting in Ohio. Those votes are just be frozen. So this will get resolved in the courts. But we took this action just like the other actions we've taken to bring separation. We're listening to the experts, and you know, we're going to have, just like every state, a hospital capacity problem, and we have to spread this spread down a little bit. We know it's in Ohio. We already have 56 official cases confirmation.
Governor, you know, you called off the voting at the last minute and defied a court order. As a Republican, this is a Democratic.
Excuse me, we did.
No. That's what people are saying. You defied a court order, and I've read the court order.
Okay, it was not.
What are your thoughts on that?
Let me explain, if I could. Yeah, let me explain. It was not a specific court order. We did not defy any court order. In fact, the Ohio Supreme Court later in the night, in a separate case, basically said that the elections could be stopped. So we did not defy anything. But let me again emphasize, this is not just a Democrat primary. It is not just a Republican primary nationwide. It is a bunch of local elections as well. So it's Democrats and Republicans going to the polls. But this is not about politics. This is about protecting Ohio citizens' lives. And I, as governor, I have the obligation to do everything I can to protect people. We already know that we have significant community spread throughout the state of Ohio. The modelers who we have talked to, experts who we have talked to, say that without any kind of intervention, we would have 40 to 70% of Ohioans who will become infected. We're trying to slow that down. We're trying to spread it out. Again, because we're really focusing and listening to what our hospitals are telling us, and they're telling us we can't take a surge like Italy has had, where it just goes up like that. We've got to slow that, flatten that curve some, spread that out, so that we don't have a situation like they have in Italy, where doctors are literally making life and death decisions. They don't have enough ventilators. We have to spread this out. And so the decisions we're making are based on science. They're based on the best evidence that we can get. And again, as I said, I got a great health director, and we do press conferences every day at 2 o'clock, because part of this is to inform the people of Ohio exactly what's going on. And, you know, this continues to change every day.